One of the most important things I'm going to be doing with this skin tone tutorial is I'm going to be using this sheet of paper here, and after I have made the skin tone acrylic paint, I'm going to be applying it on the sheet. So we're going to have a complete collection of the different tones. Okay, so let's go. And here is our color palette today that you will be needing to mix skin tones. Today I'll be using a titanium white number 901 acrylic. I'm using also today a naphthol red light number 918, a permanent yellow deep number 4. I'm using a 609 gold ochre, a 643 cobalt blue hue, a 649 violet, and also a very important color that I love a lot that you hear in all my videos, the burnt umber number 925. This is the colors that you will need to create all the different skin tones that I had made in my chart. Okay, on that, let's start our tutorial. For my first demonstration, let's see if we can do pale porcelain and ivory skins, and also try to create a fair beige or cream colored skin. We're going to be doing that here in two different forms. So let's start off with our white as our basis. Put a generous amount out there. You're also going to need a dot of your red and a dot of permanent yellow deep. Now if you don't have these specific colors, use a yellow, use a red, use a white, and use a brown that you like, and see if you can work with them. Now once I have my color range down, let's start mixing the colors up. We're going to be using white as our basis, and the color that we'll create is kind of a peachy tone. That's the first tone that we're working for. So we want to use a little dot of our yellow to work in to the white. I'm going to add a bit more white to this, so we have a lot to work with, because I'm going to be diluting it down. And I'm also going into a dot of red into here. Now as we slowly blend these colors, you're going to start seeing a peach color, kind of a pink peach color start to form. Bingo, we got it right there. Beautifully. And then, now that we can do a modulation, we can actually change this. So by adding white over here to the side and a bit of our color, we can tone this down. We can make this paler. Okay, so if you have a very fair or ivory color skin, okay, let's make it even more paler. Put it over here, make it more paler by adding more white. Whoa, look at that beautiful color. These are all really nice colors here. Now, if we want to take this and we want to modulate it up, we'd be taking a bit of this color, and we'd be adding a bit of our burnt umber in there to make a fair or beige or even a cream colored skin. So now we have 3 different skin tones from one base. So we have a pale, a porcelain, and we also have a fair colored skin. So let's now add these to our chart. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. Since we went from fair to beige to cream colored, let's go a little bit more darker on this. So we're going to be using again white as our basis, And we'll be using our naphtha red, just a dot, and a permanent deep. Okay, and then I'll be using a dot of our burnt umber. Okay, so let's start over again, creating base. It doesn't matter what order you put these in because they will come out pretty much like it is you. You are in control over how much paint you put in there and the pigmentation. So again, we start off with the base coat again, the peachy color. So now let's create more of a, this paint over here. Okay, let's add a little bit more of our burnt umber in there. Oh, it's a lovely color. Okay, now let's go a little bit more up and create one a little bit darker. Adding now a little bit more of the burnt umber to it. There. Now we have created two more skin colors. We have more here of the golden light and the light brown skin. So these are we added to our chart. I'm going to do something really unique here. This one, I'm going to apply a little bit to my skin. Look at that. It's pretty close to my own skin color. That is pretty close, I would probably say. So we can do another one over here if you're really interested. Let me try this one, a little bit lighter one. Nope, it is. I'm one shade darker than that. So you know what? We're going to actually, for this tutorial, I'm going to see if I can replicate my exact skin color for you. It should just blend right in, so much it vanishes. I would say it's this one right there. Now for the second half of my skin tone tutorial, we're going to be talking about light browns, golden, and olive skins. We're going to be working again with our white, our red, our yellow, and our burnt umber. And a new color is going to be added now to our range. It is called Gold Ochre, and it is the number 609 I'm using tonight. So let's put our color out first. Okay, so let's start off with our color range now. We're going to be working again with the light browns, golden, and olive colored skins. Again, we're starting off with our base and a dot of our red and a tiny dot of our yellow, making our base tone here, which is essential for skins. Okay, let's add a dot of our burnt umber in there. We need to get enough in there so we have a tone. Yes. Good. Okay. Now, with this tone, we now can start adding a bit of gold ochre to this. Nice. Okay. Tone number 1. We can now add a bit more over here. And go a little bit more olive colored skin. Beautiful. And we can put a bit of our burnt umber in there, tone it down. Yes, perfect. So I'm going to be adding this one now to our chart. Try to make this one shade darker using the paint we have on our palette. Beautiful, rich color of olive. These colors look like the colors you see in a woman's compact for makeup. Okay, so let's add these colors now to our chart. For our next part of our tutorial, and you already know the lineup, is going to be our white, our red, our yellow, our golden ochre, and our burnt umber. And I'm going to be adding now a new color to our palette. This here is a cobalt blue, number 643. We're going to actually be adding a dot of blue, and what this will do, it will enhance the burnt umber, if you can imagine that, to make it a little bit darker. So let's mix these colors together and create So, okay, we've got our base created. Okay, the base. We're going to add in that beautiful ochre color for the olive skin. I'm going to be adding in a touch of our burnt umber. Add a little bit more. Now I'm going to be adding a touch of blue. Okay, we can modularize this now, make it a little bit darker. Going back into our burnt umber. Oh, I like this color a lot. It's pretty. Let's make one more modularization. Adding a bit of burnt umber. Nice. So now we have medium browned skin tones. So let's add these now to our chart. So now we're going to be working on the bronze or rich skin colors. Now a little bit about this, we're bringing a new color into our palette. It is a violet number 649. I'm going to add a dot of this over here. You would probably say, isn't that black? No, it's not black. It is violet. Okay, so let's now mix up our bronze or rich skin colors. We're going to start off with our base here. Okay. Tiny bit of our, I think you guys know the drill by now. And we want to create that base color. Mix well. Okay, now let's bring in a dot of our blue. Let's bring in a dot of our burnt umber. Now, this is a very interesting color. Bring in a light shade of violet. Going back into our burnt umber. These are base tones. There. This is a bronze or rich brown skin color. Now with this, we can go another tone darker. Adding more of our burnt umber. Okay, you can go this one more tone darker. Bronze and rich brown skin colors here. Now let's add these to our chart. So from our tutorial, from bronze to rich browns, let's go a little bit darker into mahogany espresso colors. So let's start going over here with our white base again. Go and bring quite a bit more into there. Okay, you know the drill now. Now, you can probably see now that there's a color missing. So what I have here is a violet and our burnt umber. The blue has been omitted and so has the gold ochre. So let's now take a touch of violet and bring it in. going into our burnt umber. Tonal. Nice. Okay, now let's take some of this, go over here and go a little bit darker, make it more a mahogany color. Bringing in more of our burnt umber. Go a little bit darker on that. You can see the base is there, and then we have the tone is brought in. Okay, I'm going to go one more shade darker. A little bit more burnt umber in here. So now we have a mahogany and espresso color here, and we'll be adding those now to our chart. Now for the final skin tones that I will be demonstrating here, let's go one shade darker. Okay, so we're going to be using here now again our base. And the color today we have over here is violet. We're using a lot more violet, and we're going to be using a lot more of our burnt umber. Okay, so there's the base. And we're going to be adding a lot more of our burnt umber now. Okay, now that's the tone that we started off with the first one, so let's double up on that. Keep blending it till you get the right tone. Okay, that's where we did in the other tutorial, but we're going to now bring more of the violet in there. Nice tone there. Okay, let's darken this up now. Bringing more burnt umber. Don't be afraid to keep applying it little by little. Skin tone is all about adding more of the violet in there. It's a nice tone right there. Okay, good. Go down here. Going in with more of our burnt umber and some more of our violet. There. Let's look at our skin tone chart that we made together today. Now before you there's 18 skin tones and I'm going to name off 17 of them because I wanted to show you this is the most pale of the skin colors. So let's start off with the first one. We have over here pale, porcelain, and ivory skin. We have fair, beige, and cream colored. We also have light brown, golden, and olive skin, a caramel, a tan, a medium brown. We also have a bronze, a rich brown, a mahogany, espresso, and our darkest tone that we have today. If you like this tutorial and learn something about how to mix skin tones using acrylic paints, please like and subscribe. And as always, gothically yours, Professor M.